Hey, I'm home. Big one. Something wrong? Nothing. I've just had a bad dream. Oh, well. Sorry about that. Oh, it's fine. It's not your fault after all. Right, well. There's something I've been meaning to tell you. What is it? Remember the appointment with Dr. Flotus? Yeah, I thought you sent me there because we both thought I was going crazy, right? I just want to apologize for that. Sorry for what? It isn't. No, listen. You're my twin brother and I've known you for years. I should have known that you wouldn't even hurt a fly, let alone murder another human being. And for what reason? I should have trusted you more. Hey, it's okay, Juan. I thought I was going crazy too. If anything, the meeting helped me understand more about myself. And I thank you for that. Don't beat yourself up over it. It's just that I thought you would think that I didn't care. Never came across my mind once. Alright, it's just that I love you. I know. Say, Juan, can I ask you about...
After the events at Cloud City, Luke and friends venture to Luke's home planet of Tatooine in an attempt to rescue Han Solo from the clutches of the vile gangster Jabba the Hutt. After an epic confrontation with Jabba's forces and bounty hunter Boba Fett, the Rebel Alliance has discovered the Empire had secretly begun construction on a second Death Star, protected by a force field generator on the planet of Endor. Our heroes head down to Endor and attempt to destroy the shield to allow the Rebel fleet to fly in and destroy the Death Star too. While all that is going on, Luke, completing his training with Yoda, must now at last confront his father Darth Vader and the Emperor to save the galaxy. However, he believes that Vader could still be redeemed and still struggles with his own darker side. Will Luke manage to redeem Vader and take down the Emperor? Will Han and Leia fully accept their feelings towards each other? Will the rebels defeat the Empire once and for all? Or will this ultimate weapon spell certain doom for the small band of rebels struggling to restore freedom to the galaxy? The weakest film in a trilogy is usually the last one. This is because trying to give a satisfactory conclusion to a series worth of plot lines that two films had established is pretty difficult. It doesn't help that George Lucas was originally going to continue the series, but because of the production of Empire exhausting him, he decided to wrap it up in this film. So from the outset, it's got a lot going against it. Thankfully, it succeeds, for the most part. Some of the effects are a little iffy, especially compared to the previous films, but still look great. The pacing is mostly strong, so the scenes on Endor take a little while to get going, and the fight scenes are awesome, with special regards to the entire Battle of Endor, both in space and on the planet, making a great epic climax. The characters complete their arcs seeded throughout the films. Luke has grown a great deal from the farmer boy he was in A New Hope and the cocky, arrogant failure from Empire Strikes Back. Now he's grown into a true Jedi Knight, defeating Boba Fett, saving his friends from Jabba, and finally able to take on Vader in a fight and win. Han makes his final transformation into a true hero here. With Jabba defeated and no longer in debt, he's promoted to general and helps lead the struggle on Endor. Leia and Han's romance finally reaches its conclusion, with the two admitting their feelings and getting together. The best scenes in the movie are the ones with Luke and Vader. Their interactions are filled with drama, as Luke tries to convince Vader to redeem himself, while Vader becomes more unsure of himself as the film progresses.
I know there is good in you. The Emperor hasn't driven it from you fully.
The Emperor will show you the true nature of the Force. He is your master now.
Then my father is truly dead.
The final battle on the Death Star matches the fight in The Empire Strikes Back in the emotions and intensity, with Luke struggle to maintain on the light side as he's tempted by Vader and the Emperor. ultimately coming out on top. Speaking of which, the Emperor is a lot of fun too. Excellently played by Ian McDiarmid, he is a fiendish and clever villain, plotting out the destruction of the Rebel Alliance and attempting numerous times to bring Luke to his side, but ultimately, his arrogance is his fatal flaw, bringing about his downfall by underestimating the strength and will of our heroes. And the ending of the movie is simultaneously touching and powerful, as at last Anakin has redeemed himself and his ghost watches over Luke during the victory celebration scene. However, there are a few problems. The movie repeats the Death Star plot from A New Hope for this movie, which feels a little redundant and asks questions about how the Empire was able to build a space station that took at least 30 years to build in such a short amount of time. Something I forgot to mention in the last review is that when Luke left Dagobah to save his friends, there's a scene where Obi-Wan and Yoda share an exchange, and this happened.
That boy is our last hope.
No, there is another.
It's great for removing Luke's plot armor, but creates a problem when you have to resolve that plotline in the next film. Well, here it's revealed that Leia is the other Skywalker that Yoda was talking about. While the actual reveal is handled okay, we never really get Leia's perspective on the whole matter. I mean, she just found out that the farmer boy she might have had feelings for turned out to be her brother, and Darth Vader, the main enforcer of the Empire, the man hunting down the Rebel Alliance, and the man who allowed her entire home planet to be destroyed, is her father. And she just passively takes it all in stride. It's a bit disappointing, considering a lot of the drama in the climactic battle between Luke and Vader is how Vader was going to corrupt her. A major problem people have with this movie is the Ewoks. Before Jar Jar Binks came along, these were considered the most annoying characters in the saga. To be honest, I don't think they're that bad. Sure, it strains credibility that they could take down the Imperial forces with stones and spears, but they're tolerable for the most part. I heard that the original plan was to have Endor be Kashyyyk, Chewbacca's home planet, with the Wookiees being the ones to help the rebels defeat the Empire, which I thought would have been awesome. But as it stands, the Ewoks aren't that annoying. The weakest aspect of the movie, at least to me, is Luke throwing away his lightsaber when he refuses to join the Emperor. Sure, it's supposed to show how far he's come and how he refuses to let his darker emotions cloud his mind, but seriously, there is nothing stopping him from simply taking down the Emperor right then and there. Killing Vader in an act of passion would be falling to the dark side, but killing the Emperor, someone who he knows is evil, has no personal history with, and is a threat to the galaxy, would have simply been doing his job as a Jedi and stopping an evil monster forever. But no, he throws away his lightsaber and gets shocked by the Emperor, needing to be saved by Vader. Great way to undermine a character's development, people. Overall, Return of the Jedi is good. It has some major problems, but it offers a satisfying conclusion to the saga and has enough cool moments to redeem it. See you next time as we take a look at Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Is it too late to stop now?
Jorge?